Hello. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Oh, shoot. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not used to wearing shoes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm really not. I rarely even put any on unless I'm leaving the house. Anyways, let me share this out a little bit. Put it on my story. Now, I told y'all I would be back at noon. I'm a little bit late. I got into a text conversation with my sister. What up, Britt? What up, Stacy? So anyways, I told y'all what we was going to talk about, right? We might wait a minute. Little bit. How you doing, girl? Little bit more people come in if we want to. We can start. I don't care. 8's enough for me. I got me a big old glass of tea. What up, Bethany? I didn't want to run out. I did not want to run out. Well, hold on. Let me check my messages real quick because I was going to ask Issa something. Did she respond? No. Okay. Oh, that's what's up, Britt. Hey, Michelle. Thank you. I'm pretty good, Britt. That's good to be working it from home. That's always nice. So, what do you think about this Karmelo Anthony case? What are your thoughts on it? What's up, Brenda? Good morning. Good afternoon. We done hit noon, so good noon. What are your thoughts on it, Britt? Have you heard about it? Have you looked into it? Makes you mad. What's up, Lady Bros? How's it going? Are you too busy? You want to come up and talk about it a little bit? I was going to go over Texas self-defense laws. Because he's claiming self-defense. And that's what the defense is going to put forward. Is self-defense. His trial starts in June 1st. Beach Girl Sandy, what's up? Well, it's up to you if you want to. If you don't have to. No big deal. Hi. I guess maybe I'll wait a minute and say hi to everybody and all the things. I planted some rose bushes this morning. I put some rocks down. I know, there's a lot. It's messy. It's real messy. It's very messy. I want to try to just stick to the laws at first. Like the self-defense laws of Texas. When it is constituted and when it isn't. That type of thing, you know. Kind of want to go over that. Anyways, first and foremost, it's Texas Penal Code 9.31 and 9.32. So there's regular force, which is non-deadly. Self-defense. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Self-defense laws of Texas. Or an upcoming trial where the defendant will be pleading self-defense. So you have regular force, which is non-deadly. And now You can use that if you reasonably believe that it's immediately necessary. So if someone comes at you with just their body, they have no weapon, then you have a right to defend yourself without a weapon, basically. It's a reasonable belief that you're going to be injured, possibly. Not what you felt, but what an average person would think in that moment. Okay, then you have deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can unalive, and you can only use it if you reasonably believe it is necessary to stop someone from unaliving you, from seriously bodily injuring you, or from other certain violent crimes. What up, Tony? What up, Jamie? And also, regular force would not be enough. How you doing? Angie, what's up? 200 days. So, when is self-defense not allowed? Now, keep in mind, we're talking about Texas laws, so just want to bring that up periodically. What's up, Tide Pride? So that we're all on the same page. So, a person loses self-defense if they provoke the situation. That's a big one. Because you cannot go and be like, go over to somebody's house, start a fight with them, and then decide, oh, that was self-defense because I got my ass whooped. It doesn't work that way. Or if you were engaging in criminal activity at the time. There ain't no self-defense laws on that either. Like, for instance, a rug deal gone bad. That ain't self-defense. Okay? If I don't care if you pew-pewed back or whatever. It doesn't matter. That's not self-defense because there's a criminal activity happening at the time. Or if you yourself escalated the situation beyond what was needed. Like, if you just kept on and kept on. Like, it could have been avoided. But you continued. And then they snapped off on you. That's not self-defense either. Because you could have walked away. So, CV, what's up? Thanks for liking the live, everybody. Janie, that's weird. So there's the Stand Your Ground Law Texas version. What up, Janie? I do not either, personally. I don't. I don't think they're going to give a life sentence either, though. Because a lot of people think that, and I just don't believe that. They're definitely not going to give the DP because he was a minor. So there's that. And even with a life sentence and being a minor, it is, you do 40 years and then you see parole. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Texas does allow you to stand your ground. No duty to retreat. If you had a legal right to be there, you did not provoke it, and you were not committing a crime. You had a legal right to be there. You did not provoke it, and you were not committing a crime. But this does not mean that you can use deadly force automatically. It just means you don't have to run away first. Are y'all understanding? So, do you know if there's been a PCA on this case? Because I can't find one, and I don't know. Has anybody FOIA'd it, or is it just not available? What's up, Mandy So? Do we know anything about that? Okay, so the stand your ground. Texas does allow you to stand your ground. And you do not have to leave if you had a legal right to be there. You did not provoke a situation, and you are not committing a crime. But it does not mean that you can use deadly force automatically. It just means that you do not have to retreat. It means if they don't pull something and they just want to fight, if you feel like you want to fight them, go ahead and fight them. That's not self-defense. That's just whatever. But if you feel like you need to leave and you have the opportunity to leave, then you should leave. Because if you don't, then guess what? That's not self-defense either. So basically what they're going to look for is, did the response meet the threat? Or did it match the threat? Does that make sense? So basically, how can I word this? Basically bringing a poker to a fist fight. It don't match. Okay? Now, if they both had pokers or they both had fists, that's a match. Does that make sense? Or even a pew-pew to an... I mean, that's not a match. Well, I don't know. That's two weapons, so that might be equal. Because you're still fearing for your life. What up, Laura? So, okay, here's an example. So if somebody pushes you and you punch them, that could be justified as self-defense. But if somebody pushes you and you poke them, that's not really self-defense. That's going to be left up to reasonable doubt within the jury, pretty much. But according to Texas law, did the response match the threat? That's what they're going to ask. What up, Christy? The first thing they're going to want to know was there even a threat? I mean, was there a threat? There was reported, what's up, Christy? Verbal confrontation, a possible physical contact, hands being put on one or the other. Was that just a minor altercation or something that could cause seriously bodily injury? That's what's going to have to be decided in trial. Brittany, what up, Twig? One of the things, in your opinion, there wasn't a threat for serious injury. I think they would argue the size. Okay, I know this is going to sound ridiculous to some, but I do feel like they're going to argue the size of the other boys as an intimidation factor. That's what I think. If there is an escape, you should use it. Yes. Or you're getting charged. Absolutely. That's Texas law. If there is a way to get away, then you should. Or it's not self-defense anymore. What up, Mandy Sue? So if it is true that it was only a push and then that's going to be hard to justify if it comes out that that is what happened. Because I don't think there's any cameras. I don't know the testimony of who would be testifying or whatever, the witnesses. There's been no release of a PCA. I agree with you. I do. I'm just trying to see what would be argued, what the defense might say, what the prosecution might say, and just see how it turns out. Just, you know what I mean? I personally, and I'm going to try to stay as neutral as I possibly can with this, but knowing what I know about Texas and the laws and the prison system, the way the courts work, I do not think this kid is going to walk. Like I said, I don't think he's going to get a life sentence. He definitely is not going to get the death penalty. Personally, I believe he's probably going to get like a 40-year sentence. That's just my thinking. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, they might try to make an example. Because, you know, they said Greg Abbott's all... I don't even want to get into that. But he was going to say, he did say he's going for the DP. But do you not know your own state's laws? Because you can't do that, boy. You can't. He's a minor. And he was a minor at the time of the crime. Mandy Sue, I know. No, right. So, yeah. To me, I can't even understand why he would make that statement. The governor, I mean. It makes no sense. Just trying to, like I say, get tunnel vision and make a conviction. Now, do I think that... I think the situation's shitty all the way around. The whole situation, I feel like could have been avoided. Now, I will admit that I do not know the background, what led up to this. I don't. I'm going to admit that right now. And to be honest with you, my GBT told me I might not need to cover this case if I don't know the background. But I suggested we start with Texas self-defense laws, and they agreed. So, I think that's the best thing to do. What does the Texas self-defense law say about the case? Damn chickens. Okay, so if it turns out that it was something more aggressive, I know they argued over a girl at one point. The only thing I want to know is how there is so much hearsay in this case. A lot of hearsay. I mean, and that's what's going to make it hard, because were there cameras that seen anything? I don't know. Okay. Also, what's going to be brought up is who escalated what. So, because this is huge with Texas law. They want to know who the aggressor was. Straight up. That's going to be their main focal point in the beginning. Who is the aggressor? Who initiated physical contact first? Did someone ignore warning signs? Did the response go beyond what was necessary? What up, Leanne? Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon. And then you have the introduction of the weapon. Okay. They were at a school event where weapons were prohibited. Nicole, that's what I am understanding as well. No, I agree. And that's why we're talking about Texas self-defense laws right now, today. So was pulling a knife, did pulling a knife equal immediately deadly force? So the question becomes, was deadly force justified in that exact moment? Yes, Britt, that's what I seen too. I seen that too. What up, Lisa? Also, you're not going to bark at me. Also, yeah, you missed me this morning. Yeah, I got off a little bit early this morning. Okay, so then you also have his statements to the police. He says, I did it. He took full admission of it. He then says, I was protecting myself, and asked if it was self-defense. So the prosecution is going to try to, not the prosecution, I'm sorry. The defense is going to say he was scared, and it was self-protection. That's what they're going for, the self-defense angle. The defense is, the prosecution is saying, no. He was fully aware. He admitted to doing, and even claimed self-defense right off the jump. Asked the officer, hey, can I claim self-defense? So that's what the prosecution is going to come with. There is rumor that they did know each other prior to this incident. I'm not sure. If you search it up, it says they did not know each other. So I'm anxious to see what the real deal is with that. Did they know each other prior? Was there some kind of beef going on between them already? I don't know. And I don't want to speculate. Now, I've read that there was. I've read that there wasn't. So, like I said, it goes back and forth. So, because of that, the jury, and what I think the jury is going to do, is they're going to focus on what was happening exactly in that moment. They're probably not, and this is just my opinion, I think, on this. I don't think they're going to, because it's such hearsay, whether they knew each other or not, unless they can come with some proof that they knew each other prior, then I think the jury is going to be focused on what was happening in that moment. Also, I believe that the case is going to hinge on... Wait a minute. Why didn't he just get up and walk away instead of telling them, touch me and see what happens? I agree. That's what we go back to. The part in the law where it says, did you have a legal right to be there? Did you provoke anything? Were you committing a crime? Did the response match the threats? Those are all things that are going to be considered. Do it, girl. It is getting long. J-dubs. In a lot of cases it is, especially when it comes to Texas. Texas, it's hard as hell to freaking get self-defense in Texas. It's almost impossible. Don't forget, we got a meeting if you want to come up and talk one day. Let me know when, and we can. Okay. He was under the other school's tent. He shouldn't have been there, and he was asked to leave, from what I understand. So, like I said, the case is going to hinge on one question, I think. And I think the question is going to be, was the use of deadly force reasonable in response to what happened? Not who was a better kid, who people feel bad for, what social media thinks. I think it's going to be what in the hell was happening in that moment, and was deadly force needed? That's crazy, J-Dub. That's wild. So, this case is a little tricky because it happened really fast. For one, the public don't have no evidence. Hey amigos, what's up? What's up? Hi, elite A-listers, what's going on? Sheila, what's going on? Hey. So, anyways, self-defense claim with a weapon. Okay, bring you up for a minute. We'll have to pause for a minute, guys.
What's up?
Hello.
So I got a surprise coming.
Okay.
Okay?
A surprise?
A surprise. Is everybody ready for this surprise?
What?
Ooh.
Thank you so much. I love y'all.
Might be
One
something else
publisher
coming with
clearinghouse.
it.
I said you won the
Yes,
publisher's clearinghouse.
my hair is getting so long.
What's
Oh,
up? Thank y'all. Y'all are awesome.
oh! Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yes, my hair is getting long. I know. You're great. You're doing great.
What case am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
And Carmelo Anthony in Texas.
Oh, I that case. I thought we might talk about Tiger Woods. Y'all want to talk about
Tiger
Tiger?
Woods. What the hell we gonna talk about Tiger Woods for?
Look, y'all, Tiger needs our support and our help because
For what?
he is in Switzerland on rehab. We want him
I
back
bet
to
he
playing golf.
and I bet you that it is exclusive luxury.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm just kidding about the Tiger thing. I know it. He's so privileged and everything. He won't even probably
Where he
he
should have
probably won't even
been
get
at
slapped on the wrist.
he should be have to go to a real life one court
Well,
ordered one.
no, I don't
Paid
think he
for
was
by the
mistreated.
state.
But I was going to ask She's Country this, though. What if, now I'm just saying, what if a regular person had a wreck like that, got out, police searched them, and they had those things, somebody else had those things in their pockets? Wouldn't there have been some uh, DRUGS charges and stuff? Like, not just, that? Like, that would have been serious
Well, it
trouble,
just
right?
depends if the person who if it's in the other person's pocket,
Yeah, they were
then
in
it's
his
not gonna make no
pocket.
difference.
Just right. It
But
was
if
in
it's
his
in the
pocket, but
car, well, it don't matter. If it's in the other person's pocket, that's their shit.
I mean, shouldn't that have been a charge itself, not just the
For
DUI?
the person whose pocket it was in.
Well, they didn't give him that. They only give him a DUI attempted. Yeah, I know they were
Well,
prescribed to him, but they
also
were
it
not in
depends on.
nothing. They were just
Okay,
in his
well, if he
pocket
can prove
loose.
that they were his, that you can. A lot of
Okay,
times you can
okay,
get off like that.
okay. I was just wondering because I thought they might have, because of who he was. I was thinking they probably didn't charge him.
No, if he can prove that he had a script for him, yeah,
I was just wondering.
then
Yeah, me and him talked on the phone last night for an hour, and I just didn't
I
understand
did
it.
for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you know how it
Damn.
is.
Did you tell him I was going to talk about him today?
He's gonna get in a box later, y'all. She's gonna be interviewing Tiger.
You're so full of shit. I probably wouldn't even do it if he asked me to. I'd probably be like, I don't know,
Well,
bro.
anyways, I want you to keep being. I want you to keep being awesome and getting those kind of rewards every month. I
Thank
love to see
you. You're
that.
amazing.
I know, I know. Don't tell everybody, but I'll see you later on. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Well, wasn't that nice? Wasn't that nice? That was super nice. My rewards for the month. Yippee! You got to, yeah, you got to have your bottle with you. Let me tell you something else. If you have a prescription for a controlled substance and you're driving and you have a wreck and they do some blood work on you and it comes back that's in your system, guess what? You're getting a DUI too. I don't care if you have the prescription or not, especially if somebody was injured. You're going probably to prison. Yeah, which is scary. Because how many people are on some type of narcotic prescribed? Yep, that's right. And it has to be within a month of the script bottle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Driving under the influence. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's true. Hey, Cricket. All right. So, anyways, let's get back to this other stuff we was talking about. So, in Texas, you're not going to just say, "Hey, I felt threatened." No, the law says it has to be reasonable, and deadly force has to match a threat of serious harm. Dewey girl. So the real question isn't what we feel happened. It's what a jury is going to believe was reasonable in the moment. Jen. Mm-mm. All that I'm aware of. Okay, hold on. Some of this I accidentally printed twice. So, not every argument, not every shove, not every situation calls for deadly force, right? Or even self-defense. Sometimes you can walk away. Now that person is attacking you and there's no way to walk away. Well, guess what? Defend yourself, obviously. But then you still got to watch out. Do they have a knife and you don't? Or do they not have one and you do? Do you choose to use it or not? There's a lot of questions here. And that's why it's not a cut and dry case. Like some people would like it to be. It is not. Mm-hmm. It's true. So, those are some. Oh, I'm alive. I'm sorry. What I want to do, because like I told y'all, I don't know all the background. I know what happened, allegedly, what happened the day that everything went down. I'm going to do some digging over the next few days, and probably going to make a spot on the disco if you guys want to do some digging too for a background on these two boys. Did they know each other? Can we prove that they knew each other? That's going to be a big thing, I think. Because if that's just hearsay, then like I said, then the jury is going to be focused on what happened right then, there, then, and right. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But if they can prove that there was beef and that it was escalated up to that, that's going to make a difference, in my opinion. Now, I might be completely wrong, but that's what I think. Does anyone else have a different view on that? So, I would like, if y'all ain't busy, and y'all find some stuff, and y'all do a little digging on this, you don't think it's going to matter? I think it's going to make a huge difference. I think it's going to matter, if it escalated to that point. Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo is on trial for the murder of Austin. And that's going to be a deciding factor. I do believe that the defense is going to come with size. Size matters in this situation. I think that's what I think the defense will come with. I hope it's going to be live, but I'm not so sure because it's such a controversial case here in Texas, so it might not be live. And if not, we'll just have to watch it from Court TV because you know it'll be on there. I'm trying to get rid of this person. Hold on. Okay. Anyways, I hope it's going to be live. I would like for it to be live, but I do have a feeling it's probably not going to be, just because of what I just said. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to maybe be very messy. It starts June 1st. It starts June 1st. So, even if it's not live, I would like to watch it with you guys. The recap of it. It's very soon. It's coming up very soon. And I like to do some boxes on this case to get some different opinions and, a little... Like I said, I want us to start digging into it because it's coming up on us, and I want to know what the background. He did get a bond. He got even a bond reduction. Yes, and he went home for a while. True, Nicole. In my opinion as well. Well, we'll just have to see how it plays out. I think he's locked up right now. Let me look. I can't remember, to be honest. I'm not sure, but I think he did get a monitor. He might still be out. But what I find, yeah, he's out. That's what I thought too. What I find very interesting about, this might be controversial, and if it is, well, oh well. I find it very interesting that the kid has a public defender. That's what I find interesting. He has a public defender. Dewey girl, which is why I find it a lot of bullshit. That's why I find it utter bullshit. But that's just my opinion on that. I mean, don't get me started on that part, because I'm going to tell you something. My kid on trial for something like that, baby, every dime I got's going to a lawyer for him. Her, whoever it is. Because, no. But, even if he was in the wrong, because that's my kid, and that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? So, even if he is in the wrong, that's my kid, that's what I'm supposed to do. Because even if you are in the wrong, that don't mean you're going to get a fair fucking trial. It doesn't mean you're going to get a fair trial. And with the public defender, pretender, like we like to call them around here, it's very unlikely that a fair trial is going to happen. And whether he did it intentionally or in self-defense, he deserves a fair trial, because that is what our Constitution is. That's what we strive on, right? Due process. But, especially in the state of Texas, there ain't no way in hell I would go to trial with a public defender on a murder trial. A capital one at that. Because isn't it capital? God forbid. Yeah, so anyways. Yeah, he got a public defender. Public pretender. And got life. They don't really try to fight for you. They really don't. They're really working with the same people that's trying to prosecute you. And in a capital trial, they might get, more money than they do if it's just a rug charge or something like that, or even a robbery charge. When it's capital and there's a trial, and even when, I know that, well, I don't know what the hell they're going to do about the DP. I just don't even see how that can be on the table. I just don't. Why you got the governor up here talking about he's going to give this kid the DP? How are you going to give him? He's a minor. It ain't going down, so just hush, Hot Wheels, just hush. It ain't going down like that. But they all work for they're all the same team. Sometimes even the appellate attorneys. Hello. And that's what's bullshit. So what are y'all thinking? He can be charged as an adult, but he still cannot receive the DP because he was a minor when he committed the crime. That's just laws across the nation. It is what it is. Now, he can receive a life without, but even then, with him being a minor, that just means a 40-year sentence. He'll do 40 years and he'll see parole after 40 years because he was a minor when the crime was committed. Connie, that's why we need to find out the backstory. That's why I want to know the backstory. Not saying it's justified, but was there beef? Was there an altercation? Was there anything that he felt justified to bring that there? That's what I'm trying to find out. You know what I mean? saying it was justified, but did he, like I said though, Texas law don't care about feelings. But I'd like to know if there was an escalation that he did feel justified. No, I know. I get it. I get it. Nope. And he was asked to leave. And the thing about it is, like Texas law says, if there's a way out and you don't take it, is that self-defense? Not according to Texas law. Nicole, agreed. Agreed. I mean, think about what goes on at the schools nowadays, though. Whole bunch of shit that did not go on when we was there. His way out was not going to the event. Was he even a participant in the event that day? I don't even know. To be a fact, I'm not sure. Glamorous. Hello. But was he a participant? Or to be a participant that day? I agree, Connie. I do agree. However, the law says innocent until proven guilty. That's what I was wondering, Nicole. That's what I want to know. I thought they were opposing schools also. Oh my goodness, excuse me. It's hot here. Shit, it's hot. Good afternoon. Oh my gosh, stop. I've listened to, hold on just a sec. What's up, Harmony? Clarence Curtis Jordan. I don't think so. Hold on just a second. Hello, hello, Wanda, hello. Harmony, hello. I don't know. Holy crap. This is an insane case. I was asking for a case that I could compare a little bit to, like a self-defense case where someone unalived somebody and got off with self-defense in Texas. Check this shit out. I've never heard of this case. Candy Montgomery, 1980. Candy Montgomery unalived Betty Gore in Wiley, Texas. She struck Gore 41 times with an axe. Oh, yeah, Wayne, I know who you're talking about. And she got off on self-defense. You told me about this one. I don't remember. I forget. I'm gonna have to watch this shit. She believes she was about to beat 41 times. Well, and I guess, you know what it really boils down to? Let me tell you the truth of the matter. When something like this goes to trial, basically it boils down to 1, who presented the case better, and 2, reasonable doubt, and 3, if there's a jury member who believes there's reasonable doubt. That's really what it boils down to. Is there a jury member who believes there's reasonable doubt that he acted in self-defense beyond a reasonable doubt? That's it. You can present the evidence all day long, but if you have one jury member who says, you know what, I don't know about that, I'm not sure I'm buying that, but let me tell you something. If he decides he's going to stand up and say that, he better be one strong son of a bitch, because the other 11 are coming for him. Because 1, they're so tired of sitting there. No, I don't have that one. But I'll look it up, though. I'll see if I can find it somewhere else. And if not, well, I'll get it. But yeah, he better be one strong-minded son of a gun. Because 1, they might even send it in back to the judge and say, hey, we got a hung jury. Mistrial. That doesn't mean they walk. That just means they're going to do a redo. I don't doubt that. Read the book. Okay. Tony, I don't doubt that. Yeah. Yeah. I believe it. It happens all the time. Candy Montgomery. She had allowed that lady with 41 axe hits and got off on self-defense. Because the jury believed that in that moment, she truly feared for her life. He was a juror and kept making everyone come back as I thought he was innocent. I'm telling you right now, if I had to be on a jury that was going to send somebody to prison for the rest of their life, or to death especially, you better not come to me with no circumstantial evidence talking about we're going to send him to be executed with circumstantial evidence. You better not do it. I better not be sitting on that jury, because negative ghostwriter. Not happening. I don't think anybody should be sentenced to 1, life in prison, or the DP on circumstantial evidence. No, Rachel, me either. And you know, when they say, when it's a death penalty case, they say, they ask all the jury members, do you believe in the death penalty? And if one of them says no, do you know that you gotta go? You gotta go. And to me, that's bullshit, because there's a line there. There's a line there, because I'm not saying I don't fully agree with it, because I do, in some circumstances, agree with it. But it's gotta be, yeah, exactly. That's what they do. He's hard-headed. He ain't gonna listen. He's got a mind of his own. We gotta get rid of him. What up, Heavy Sarah? That's what it is. He got a mind of his own. He's going to ask too many questions. He's got to go. But I wouldn't be... They want you to believe the narrative. Now, I ain't sitting here just saying everybody that goes to trial for murder is innocent, because God knows that'd be a ridiculous statement. But there are a lot. There are a lot. Think about Carmen. Mahia. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. 22 years in prison. She just got released last month. There wasn't even a crime committed. But she gave up her rights to her children and 22 years of her life. Why? Because they withheld evidence. That's why. Because the state withheld evidence. Statements from her own children who were there, who knew what happened, but they didn't want that out. They didn't want those statements out. What up, Van? Van Gross. They didn't want those statements out. Know what I mean? I'm good. What's today's date? I need to look and see. Hold on a minute. The 10th. Okay. I was thinking that I had a battle, but I don't. My battle's tomorrow. My battle's tomorrow. So, she was exonerated. She was found factually and actually innocent. Found to have been no crime committed. Literally. No crime committed at all. It's pretty fucked up, ain't it? You took away someone's rights to their children. They didn't see their children for 22 years. And you locked them up for 22 years. And there wasn't even a crime committed? Wow. Wow. Yeah. She worked as a mental health. That's funny. It is bullshit. Total bullshit. You know what happened? The landlord really should have been paying for this, because the fact of the matter is the hot water heater did not have a regulator on it. Imagine that. Holly, what's up, Holly Kane? What's going on? Yep, she is. She is. Because the only reason they had a hold on her, because she was here legally, the only reason they had a hold on her is because of the crime. But because she was exonerated of the crime, they released the hold. Oh my God, Rachel, yes. For apartment complex. What? One, I think that it was a way to make them feel more comfortable. And to open up more. And it was available and there was a camera there. Simple things like that. That's what I think. Yep. But, I mean, sometimes we overthink it, but I think it's something minor like that. But you can bet your ass when they got up to the police department, they interrogated them some more. You can bet your boo honey on that. You just find it odd. I think that it's a small town, and I think things are done a little differently in small towns than they are in the big cities. Because, one, I think those officers were already familiar with them. For one, that's what I think. I mean, I think that plays a part in it too. Yeah. I try to see a bigger picture. What's up, Lisa? Good afternoon. How you doing, girl? I do have to move this. The bird barely will come there because the cat lays up there too much. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. I'll find a better spot for it. It was a good spot till I got a cat. Y'all want to see what I did this afternoon? Well, I did it this morning when I got off live after I ate breakfast. I'm going to show y'all what I did. I think it looks really good. Hopefully, though, the sun don't beam on it too much and burn the shit out of it. That's the only thing I was thinking. Hold on, let me get my little sandals on. All right. I wish sure does make it bright, though. I made that. Little pink rose bush. And went on this side. Does it look nice? Can y'all even see it, or is it too bright? Let me see if I can flip it. Ow. Woo, them rocks do make it bright though, doesn't it? Holy crap. I can't even hardly hold my eyes open. But anyways, that's what I did this morning. Thank you. I hate that spot. That's why I wanted to do something different. Put something down there. He was out planting flowers too. I love it. I need to do something with that asparagus. I was reading up on asparagus, and they said if you keep it covered, then it turns white after a while. And that's how you get white asparagus. You just keep it covered, keep it covered, keep it covered. Got me a garden, I do. Sure do. 2 of them. I'm burning up, y'all. I think I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna post this live to YT. I think. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. That's a good hour that we spent talking about Texas law, self-defense law. Right, Tony. Yes. Anyways, so that was a good hour. And they came in and gave me my rewards. Whoa, that was nice. But I'll probably come on tonight, I think. I'm going to post it. I'll post it. I'll post it on YT. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. And I'll see y'all later on. I'm probably on tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see because it's Friday. Who knows? But either way, I'll be here in the morning. So, y'all have a good one.